This is just a message of encouragement, to just stay encouraged, be encouraged. And I have to be real about the way that I feel. So, if the way that I feel is you want to take it as offense, well then just log off. I'm not trying to offend you, and if anything that I say, any messages that I deliver to you come across as offensive to you, then just change the channel, because I'm not trying to offend you, and I'm certainly not trying to leave you feeling worse than maybe perhaps you already are. But if you take any of my messages as a challenge to what may be your norm or a different perspective, as your what you consider to be the way that you think, you take it as a different perspective, then that's great, and I'm glad that you do. So I want to go along with the message of being encouraged. Encouragement isn't easy in times of adversity. It's just not easy. A lot of times, believe it or not, we are so prone to dealing with trauma. We are so prone to accepting so much of the bullshit that when people come with words of encouragement, it often feels like or looks like an attack. Or, sometimes we just don't want to fucking hear it, because we are trying to process the trauma and the effect that it has on us. A lot of times we even look to the universe, we look to Creator, whatever you subscribe to, we look to our God, and we want to perhaps challenge His blessing, or we want to challenge divine intervention, because He doesn't necessarily always operate the way we think the operation should go. Blessings don't always look like blessings in the beginning. Let me give you an example. The relationship in which we cherish so much suddenly takes a turn for the worse. And you try to do everything that you can do to fix it, to find resolution, right? And nothing seems to be working. Everything that you're trying seems not to be working. And it feels like your partner or whomever you are, holding to this certain standard of love, it seems like they hell bent on misunderstanding you, or like they're hell bent on the destruction of this relationship, right? And I just want you to be encouraged with some understanding. Sometimes, baby, your faith have to be stronger than your emotions. Your faith have to be stronger than what you perceive a blessing should look like. Because oftentimes we are constantly evolving as a person, whether that's physically or spiritually or emotionally. We are in constant evolution. Who we are on a human level sometimes don't always coincide with who God is evolving us into spiritually. So when you or your relationship is suffering, sometimes it could be that, because you guys are growing separately, meaning God is taking you through an evolutionary stage that maybe your person of interest may not understand at that time. So you'll go through some type of turbulence. Other times it could be you are growing apart. And though we may not be ready to release our persons of interest, divine intervention is real like a motherfucker. So stay encouraged. Stand in your faith. Don't motherfucking start the shit with, and I'm not saying that you can't question the creator, because I do. I need understanding. And this is why, again, I don't go off of religion, but that's just me. This is why I'm a spiritualist. Because if God is all knowing, all seeing, all understanding, all one, yes, I definitely can lean and depend on God. However, it doesn't mean I can't go to him for further understanding. And sometimes to understand some things, you got to ask some motherfucking questions. Okay? You got to, yes, you pray on it, but you got to understand by asking some motherfucking questions so you could get further understanding. All that to say is that when you in evolution, it don't feel like a blessing when you're hurting. It don't feel like a blessing when somebody that you hold into your standard of love is being so defiant to you. Or being, I don't want to use the word defiant as to say they have to be obedient to. So let me just say, when they just seem like, maybe the separation is inevitable. But don't feel like God is abandoning you. Don't feel like God is not providing you with a blessing because there's separation in your life. See, baby, sometimes, oftentimes, a lot of times, what is it called? It's a word that I'm looking for. Divine intervention, when you in evolution, also calls for separation, solitude. Everybody can't go with you where you're going. Sometimes they'll show that they're not willing to go with you when they are so hell-bent on the destruction of the relationship. They just not willing to go. It's hard. It ain't easy, but you gotta accept it. And you also need to stand on your faith and know that whatever God is removing, baby, he is also replacing. And maybe you don't want that person to be replaced. Whoever they may be. They could be an uncle. They could be a sister. They could be a brother. They could be your husband. They could be, your wife. Your significant other, sibling. It doesn't necessarily mean that, you are ready for them to be replaced. Because you have grown this bond. And, you have grown to this place where, you probably don't want to accept it. But in doing that, you are only getting in your own way and delaying the blessings that the Creator does have for you. All right? And, it wasn't promised that our life would be motherfucking easy. It was promised that it would be worth it. It wasn't motherfucking promised that the weapons would not form. It was only promised that they wouldn't prosper. Okay? So I just want you to be encouraged regardless of what the situation looks like on the outside. Stand strong in your faith. Stand strong in yourself, in self-love. Baby, when you get deep in that motherfucking self-love is where the strongest intuitive divine connection is then it's established at that point. God ain't gonna let you kill yourself slow for no man. And when I mean man, I mean any human. I don't want you to feel like this is directed towards one gender, because it's not. I just want you to know that God ain't going to let you kill, because you are a direct connection, a direct reflection, a direct descendant of the Creator. And he ain't going to let you kill yourself slowly commit suicide behind no other human. And so at some point, we are forced to recognize the situation for what it really is. We must stay diligent in prayer in order to not just maneuver through, but get through. You know, and when he pulling, baby, it's up to you if you want to go, how Medea say, voluntary or involuntary. Because he got the last say so. The universe have the last say so. Now, if it was already written before we got here, all you're doing is delaying your ascension. Get out of your way. Again, it ain't gonna be easy, but nothing worth having is easy. Okay, so I just want to remind you, if you allow me that space, I just want to remind you to be encouraged. And thank you for allowing me that space in your life and in your time and throughout your day, because this life gets very busy. We are often distracted by many things. It's a lot going on. It's a lot that we got to do, intertwined with our calling. So thank you for allowing me this time. And please remember that, stay encouraged. Keep standing in your faith. Even when a blessing don't look like a blessing to you, to this eye, we know. To this eye, we know. See, this is the chakras, And when it's in alignment, we know. You know what I'm saying? We know. So, get out of your own way. Peace and blessings. I wish you continuous healing so that we can progress as a people, progress as a persons, progress to our greatest selves, so that we can push the people forward, push the culture forward, promote our culture to the divine ascension. That's our birthright, which was stolen from us many years from brainwashing. But that's a whole nother topic. I'm not going to go there, but it is time. The last shall be first and the first shall be last. So baby, let's take our rightful position. Okay, it ain't gonna be easy. Heavy is the head that bears the crown. It ain't gonna be easy, but we can get there and we can do it. Whether we do it independently, codependently, intradependently, we can get there. Those of us on the road to healing, we got each other. And I'm whenever I get to a step, whenever I'm able to get a little bit further, I'm always going to reach my hand back to those who's willing to accept it, so that we can create a chain of elevation. We can help each other. And I'm not exempt. If you reaching your hand back for me, I'm going to grab onto it. Like that. So peace and blessings to y'all on this wonderful Wednesday. Right? Today I feel good. This is good energy. I'm almost levitating, and I just wanted to push this energy out into the atmosphere, push it to my people that's willing to accept this beautiful aura of healed space I done got to. Peace and blessings to you, and thank you for having me.